Alright, let's get this going. Hey everyone, I'm Ben Garcia, one of the co-leads here at the Houston ACE chapter with Anthony. We'll be doing the optimized team collaborations and capacity management in Jira. Starting off with the first presentation by Charlotte. Charlotte, if you could give us a quick, I guess, an intro on yourself and what you'll be talking today.
So, hi everybody, I'm Charlotte Alexandrovich. I'm really sorry if my voice is a bit rocky. It sounds like Darth Vader. I'm a bit sick today. But I'm Elements Partner Manager and I'm located in France, in Toulouse.
Awesome, thanks. And we also have Svet. I can't say it. I'll let you say it.
So it's Svetlana. Nice to meet everyone. I'm happy to join Houston so far away. I'm also in Europe, so it's quite late in here. I work as customer success manager at Reliex, so one of the marketplace vendors of all of our beloved Atlassian. And I'll be talking about planning and how to better do that.
Yep. And as mentioned, this is basically an event focused on enhancing collaboration between teams working across countries. As you can tell, I'm here in Houston. We have people out in Europe, which we appreciate y'all showing up and taking the time to do the presentation on this. A lot of companies are dispersed. It's a good time to talk about how to be effective, managing capacity, all that good stuff, and leveraging Jira as a tool for all that. I guess we can't proceed unless Anthony, you have anything on your end to discuss.
Sure. So my name is Anthony D'Ambrosio. I'm the other Houston ACE leader here for this chapter. And we're also joined by a few other ACE leaders as well. I think Amanda Barber's on. We have a few others from different chapters trying to go through the list, but it's really slow. But I want to thank the other ACE leaders that were able to join, including all the participants interested in the content.
Cool. All right. So I guess if we could start with Charlotte with your first presentation.
Yeah, sure. Okay, all right. Let's go. So today I'm going to talk about facilitating collaboration between teams in different countries using Jira. As I told you in my short introduction, I'm part of Elements. So to give you a bit of insight about who is Elements. So basically Elements is a marketplace app vendor since 2010. So we are based in Toulouse, but we have also someone working in Montreal to help American and North America dealing with support. We are currently between 35 people in the team. And you probably know us from a long time ago because we were the makers of Vertigo SLA, acquired by Atlassian, which is really famous now and now known as the classical SLA that you currently have in GSM. So our goal mission at Element is really to simplify ITSM and to amplify satisfaction. So we really work on that and on those use cases. So that's why team collaboration is really key for us. So on Tuesday agenda, I will talk about the challenges faced by worldwide teams. How to copy and synchronize the information between several instances in Jira, the best practices about using the copy and synchronization, the other possible use cases with what we will see today, and I will have a short slide about security things. So if we start talking about challenges faced by worldwide teams, we can talking about escalating tasks because most of the team using Jira, they have a GSM and they have also Jira service, and the team are sometimes not working inside the same instances. So it means that the support team is working on a GSM, specific instance A, and they may need to pass the information and the issue, the request, to a development team working in a separate Jira instances. We also have the need of cross-team collaboration. We are always talking about breaking down silos. And most of the time, different departments might have their own Jira environment. They need to share or escalate issues to ensure aligned efforts. So for example, here at Elements, the marketing team is working on Jira software, but our development team is also working on Jira software, but two different instances. So we need to collaborate, and sometimes we need to pass on requests and issues between several projects, between several instances. Teams are also faces a need for information access. So some users may some users may not have permission in the source Jira instances, but need visibility or the ability to act on certain issues and on their own environment. Sometimes teams are also dividing instances because of cloud performances. One of our customer that is in the automotive sector, you might know it. It's Rivian, so it's really automotive focus. Lately for Atlassian and the F1 announcement. But to be back to Rivian and cloud performances, basically they are working in two different instances because it was taking too much time, too many issues, requests, and projects to run fully and at top performances. So they just decided to have different instances, and they need to talk between those two instances and two projects. And also parallel project tracking. So large organizations often use multiple Jira instances for different business units and need to keep certain tasks, bugs synchronized across those different environments. So basically, what we are proposing at Elements is to automatically clone and synchronize issues and projects in different instances. So that means that we are able to make two instances, Jira A and Jira B, talking to each other. It can also be instance A, B, C, D, E, talking to another target instance. So for example, Jira Z. So a short slide about customers that already trust us with Elements Copy and Sync. So you might know some popular names, but also some French brand names. Sorry, guys, still proud of French country. So what is Elements Copy and Sync? So Elements Copy and Sync is a tool allow you to clone and synchronize activities within Jira. So it's used to talk between Jira Service Management to Jira from the same instance, but also from different instances. So Elements Copy and Sync offers powerful synchronization capabilities, allowing updates made to the original issues to be automatically reflected in the clone issues. This synchronization can be configured to work in either a unidirectional or bidirectional manner, ensuring that both instances stay up to date and aligned, significantly improving collaboration and reducing miscommunication across team and regions as well. So this is a short slide about the use cases possible with ours. Today, we will only talk about the cross instance, but if you want to talk about Elements Copy and Sync on the side, feel free to reach out to me and we can talk about that later on. So with the synchronization between two instances, you can preserving data integrity. It means that the remote cloning ensures critical fields, attachment, and even comments that are copied over to the destination of Jira instance, maintaining a consistent information flow. No more manual actions because you can automatize everything. So any updates made to the original issue can be reflected in the cloud issue, keeping teams informed and reducing miscommunication. This synchronization can be either unidirectional or bidirectional, depending on your configuration needs as well. Seamless cross-instance collaboration. teams using different Jira environments can now work together without needing to manually recreate tasks or worry about data loss. So all teams are updated in real time while working on a common project, on a common issue or bug. It's also really efficient to scale project and scale the issues. So to reduce manual processes when sharing issues across department and business unit, especially for work companies working with multiple Jira environments. So introducing you the new feature, the new use case, cross-instance clone and synchronization between different instances. So today, Jira is an essential tool for many teams, offering flexible issue tracking and project management. As teams grow and Jira usage expands across departments and even external clients, you may find yourself needing to clone or move issues between projects or even between separate Jira instances. With the introduction of the cloning and synchronization feature across different instances in our Elements Copy and Sync app, users can now clone, move, and synchronize issues across different environments, breaking down the barriers between multiple Jira instances. But I guess it's time for a short demo about this cool use case. So if I switch up, okay, great. I see you still. So I guess we have a question from Peter. Can you synchronize issues between cloud and data center, and how would licensing work? Unfortunately, Peter, not yet, but the team is still working on it. The copy and synchronization between two different instances is available from a data center to another data center instance and from a cloud instance to another cloud instance. But our development team is already on it. And in terms of licensing, it really depends if the synchronization direction you will need. If it's only from the source to the target, you will only need to pay from on the source, from the source instance and not on the target. But if you need the bidirectional, you will need to pay on both instances. But let's dive inside the demo. So, how to improve an incident resolution by facilitating support and development collaboration across Jira instances. And of course, those two teams are not in the same instance and not working in the same country. So let me introduce you to the characters that we will use today. So you can see here, Clara, our customer. We have also Suzy, our support agent. She will work on GSM in instance A. We have also Ryan, working in Germany. He's a developer and he will be in our Jira instance B. So Clara is not really happy with the service provided by our company. She has a problem with her product, so she's raising a ticket, raising an issue. So as you can see, it's a complete normal issue on GSM. So she writes a description, she adds components, she adds an attachment as well, a nice picture as you can see, and she clicks on send. So Clara's ticket is now open. So let's see how the support team and the development team will work on it together and collaborate. So Suzy, our support agent, is based in France and on Jira instance A. So as you can see, ticket is completely normal here, and she already answered Clara that the team is working on it. But Suzy is not able to solve the problem by herself, so she needs to escalate the issue to the development team on Jira instance B. So she will just click on escalate right over here. She will write a small message to our developer, Ryan, saying like, hey, can you look into it? We need your help. And she will click on update. As soon as I will click on update, this issue will be automatically cloned into the instance B, as you will see. So here, if I just refresh a little bit, I can see here in instance A that I have now a web link. So this web link is the link to the instance B of our issue. So if I go inside this instance, so will now be Ryan, the developer, to solve that issue. So, and as you can see here, we are inside instance B, and the issue is exactly the same as in instance A because we decided to clone it. Now we will see how we can keep things and fields synchronized. So here, Ryan will write a small message saying that he needs a diagnostic file. So we'll just write into instance B, saying like, hey, I need the file. I save it. If I go back to being Suzy on instance A, I can see that if I go down a bit, I can see here that I have my exact same comment from Ryan inside my instance A. I can then reply to my customer, Clara, saying like, hey, I also need that file. I can save it. And if I go inside the customer portal as Clara, I can see the request from Suzy. I can add the file. I will attach a file and save it. And you will see that this attachment will be automatically synchronized into the instance B without Suzy having to click on anything. It's completely automatic. So if I go back to being Ryan on instance B, I can see here that my files was synchronized as an attachment. So now my developer team is able to work on it and to solve Clara's problem without having to juggle between the two instances because the link was made automatically. I can now click on Done and resolve my issue. With Elements Copy and Sync, we can also synchronize the field mapping and the workflow as well. So when I will click on Done, the issue on the portal for Clara will be marked as resolved automatically without Suzy doing anything on the portal. So now I click on Done, and here I'm Clara again on the request, and I can see here that my status is now resolved automatically. So with Elements Copy and Sync, you can faster the incident resolution. You can enhance the customer satisfaction because everything is handled way faster than before. You have a better cross-team collaboration because Suzy and Ryan doesn't have to juggle between instances and issues and everything. And you also reduce manual efforts because in one click, you can automatically send issues to another instance and keep fields synchronized. So you can try it for free on the marketplace, obviously. If I go back to my presentation, here I go again. So it was a demo. So we have some best practices when it comes to copy and synchronization, and when it comes also to talking between different instances. So first one, you need to set up clear fields mapping. When cloning across instances, you have to make sure the fields in the destination project are marked correctly to avoid data loss or mismatches. It's also important to limit access for cross-instance cloning to reduce the risk of error. So you need to ensure that only the necessary roles and teams have permission to clone and move issue across instances. You synchronize only the key information that you need. You don't need to keep all the fields synchronized. Like it's sometimes useless, and it will decrease the performance of your instance. So not every detail needs to be cloned. So you can configure in the cloning settings to only include the essential feeds if you need to synchronize the attachment or not, the comment or not, to avoid clutter and confusion in the destination project as well. It's really important to test the recipes, and the configuration in a staging environment before rolling out cross-instance cloning across your entire organization. Test it in a staging environment to identify any configuration issues or gaps in permissions. It's also important to monitor and adjust the permission as your team grows and the organization evolves. Keep an eye on who has the ability to clone and move issues between instances. Regular audits of permissions can prevent potential security or data integrity issues. The remote instance cloning feature within Elements Copy and Sync is a game changer for organizations that operate across multiple Jira environments. Whether you need to escalate issue between teams, manage cross-departmental workflows, or keep stakeholders informed across instances, these new capabilities ensure that data loss seamlessly between environments. By combining the remote instance cloning with best practices, you can streamline issue tracking, improve collaboration, and reduce manual workload, all while maintaining data integrity across your Jira instances. Now, this is the time for you to take advantage of Elements Copy and Sync and this new feature and unlock the full potential of your Jira setup. If I also talk a bit about the use case you can also do with the clonization, because it's really nice to collaborate for cross-country, but it can also facilitate the migration from a cloud instance to a cloud instance for the moment, and the feature from a data center to a cloud is coming in the coming months because the team is already working on it. And yeah, it facilitates the cross-team collaboration, but also between partners and external contractors as well. And this is not the best part, not the part that I enjoy the most, but it's always important to talk about security and data. So Elements is SOC 2 Type 2 compliant. So if you need a DPA or anything, we have a trust center, so you can have every information about what we are doing with the information, what the storage we are using, what data we store or not, and everything that we are handling on that side. It's trustcenter.elementsapps.com. We have also several data residency available. So we have the US, Ireland, and Germany. But basically, if you need another country, just ask and we will add it to the roadmap. And Elements Copy and Sync is Cloud 45. So, and that's almost it for me. You can try it for free on the marketplace. If you're already using it, please leave a review. It's always important. We have also a strong documentation, so you can just roll through all the setup and parameters and the configuration. If you have any questions, you have my email address and you can scan the QR code to connect with me on LinkedIn. I will be happy to chat with you and to talk about the use cases that you might have with our apps. And I will look forward to talk with you. And if you want to go a bit further, you can ask me to have the demo. So we have try-on demos. Actually, you can just play by yourself. You can reach out to our customer support. They're really lovely and responsive. We have a strong documentation, as I told you, and security information in our trust center. I guess it's time for questions. Is there a limitation of number of instances from near-end? No, we don't have any limitation in terms of number of instances. It's just that depending on the synchronization direction that you will need to have different licensing work. Akash, can we transfer data like configurations from GSM Sandbox to GSM production? We are not copying workflows. We are just synchronizing them. We don't make the copy of the workflow. Okay, all right. So I guess if you don't have any other question, I will just hand it over to Anthony. But if you have anything coming up, third, you want to do all of this, I'm always available.
All right. Thank you very much for that presentation. It was a great presentation. All right, so one of our sponsors today is Haiku. Haiku is a backup platform for Atlassian and multiple other vendors. One of the things that most customers are not aware of is that when you have your data in Atlassian, there is a shared responsibility model. You're responsible for, Atlassian is responsible for the platform, but you're responsible for your data. So Atlassian leaves that job up to you to make sure that your data is secured. So Haiku is one of the platforms out there that provides backup capabilities. If you want to scan the QR code here or visit haiku.com for more information, feel free. Our next presenter will start presenting.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It looks like I will not see your questions till the end. Let's see. Okay, so hi everyone. My name is Svetlana. As already told, I work also for the marketplace vendor. I think, Anthony, can you mute yourself? I think. Yeah, perfect. Awesome. So yeah, again, hi everyone. Hope everyone can hear me and see the presentation. So today we will talk about planning, how it can be done in Jira, and how to identify problems before they become problems. So the once Abraham Lincoln said, "Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe." That can be applied to our everyday life, but as well to planning. So capacity planning eventually is about preparation, because when plan is well sharpened, that prevents inefficiency, burnout, missed deadlines. So it's always better to proactively plan than wait till the end and see that your project is failing, for example. So this is raise your hand question, because usually I present in person, but I'll assume that you are involved in some way in resource capacity planning, either within your team or basically all of us, we plan our everyday life. So the question is if we can do that effectively in Jira. Again, question to the audience, but in this case, I'll just answer that in my opinion, long-term resource planning is not possible directly in Jira. So with Jira built-in capabilities. The main thing why is because Jira is more task management, has task management focus, or initially it was built as a bug tracking solution. That's why we call issue types. And as maybe you already know, soon it will not be issue type, but it will be more like a work item, I think, or a task. But the purpose still stay the same. Jira can support a lot, and let's say you have a small team or one project, that definitely can be enough. What you can do in Jira, of course, create projects, tasks, assign team members, set some deadlines, add some milestones, dependencies, and so on. The views that Jira provides for that there are a couple of those, depending also on the project type that you use. Let's say there is a backlog. How you can see who works on the project. There will be a list of people in here. You can see basically all your tasks. The nice thing about it is you can modify what is shown in here. For example, I added here remaining estimate. So I can, on this view, also quickly see what's still left to be done in this task, as well as the assignee, like epic status, or how many issues are in which status, basically. But to see assignee in this, at least, view, that will be this little icon that shows you if user has a picture, that will be easier. It has a like name, as in here, it will show at least initials, but sometimes it doesn't show anything. So it's difficult to figure out if what is assigned to each of the users, unless you filter. For Sprint, for Scrum, there's a sprint board. You can quickly move tasks, of course, from status to status, keep track how many are in progress. And again, you can add more fields in here, so the view will be more full. So whatever information you need, you can choose and add it in here. Then there's the calendar view. From the users that I talked with, unfortunately, they are not using this calendar. I haven't figured out why specifically. I would say that this can be useful for individuals to view, let's say, all tasks assigned to me. The issue in here that I see is that to see more than 2 tasks assigned, I would need to click on for more and view them after that. To view overall as a manager, your team's capacity can be difficult here. Apart from that, there's also a timeline view. So this provides you more like a Gantt chart, so closer to Gantt chart view of the like higher level issue types. Let's say in this case epics, you can see the dependency set and see dependencies, or also the progress of issues inside of the epic, and also move things around in here. Again, if you want to see just schedule for the specific person, you can filter it out. So that does provide some functionality. So if you have a small team, definitely you can plan using that. But usually to have a higher overview, and especially if you have a lot of teams and a lot of projects, that may not be enough. But yeah, don't worry, there are solutions. And also, let's say one of the solutions is provided by Atlassian. So again, question to the audience, but I'll explain. So Jira, who is familiar with Jira plans? So Jira plans, formerly known as advanced roadmaps, is right now part of Jira Premium. So if you have Jira Premium, you have access to Jira plans. Maybe you already do, but you don't know that. So I'll show you how to see that right now. And as well, so Jira plans main focus is project planning, but it does have some capabilities to also plan resources. So main thing is you can plan for multiple teams. You can analyze different boards, make plans for different sources, basically boards, projects, or make a plan based on filter. You can set dependencies and priorities also in here, or move things around. So basically first make a plan and then save it to Jira. So Jira plans brings us much closer to resource planning than just Jira does. And I'll show you how and what can be done in there. So to set up, there are a couple of steps on what you need to do to enable basically capacity planning in Jira. So first of all, there is a capacity view. So that one is simple. Next, you need to create a team, or if you already have a team, link that team to your project. Set capacity of the team. I'll tell more about it right now. Add estimations to tasks in some way, either story points or hours. Add some dates. Schedule tasks, and basically then monitor capacity. So here's a short video how we do that. So let's say we are creating a plan from the start to the board. So important thing that capacity planning feature in plans will work only if you're in boards. And select a team. So I already had created team, but again, you can create a plan and then create a team after. So we'll just review that the team is created. In plans, you can choose what planning style your team has and set here capacity of your team. So in case I chose Kanban. All right, so going back to the timeline, the switching to capacity view, and it already gives us results. So in here, the green line shows that the workload there is calculated. You can see how many days are allocated out of how many. You can add in here in plans different fields and basically make changes right away. So moving tasks within time is very easy in here, but you can also easily assign a team and also change the estimates of the tasks and see right away how it impacts the workload. So Jira plans support both, as I mentioned, Kanban and Scrum approach. Approach is slightly different. So for the Scrum teams, you need to say, when you're creating your team, you need to say overall capacity of your team per sprint. So let's say in case of story points, you say that your team can do 30 story points per sprint. Then assign simply tasks to the sprint, assign them to your team, add those story points. And again, in here on the top, you will see red or green. So green means the story points assigned to this team for this sprint is within their capacity. Red, it needs your attention, and definitely what you assigned is not enough. It's too much, sorry. And for Kanban teams, it's slightly different because you say number of hours that this team is available for weekly. So for example, if I say set 80 and I have 2 users in my team, that will mean that each of the users is available for 40 hours a week. The thing with planning in here is that Jira plans thinks that user can do one story level task at a time. So for example, if you assign a task with 90 hours estimate for 2 weeks, it will split it 40 hours first week and 50 hours next week, because basically the larger chunk of work goes to the end. That's the logic that they use in here. So that, as I mentioned, brings us closer, but that may not be enough. And the issues that can arise in here is basically, let's start from the last one, personal schedules. If user takes a day off, anyone of the team, you would need to go specifically for that week or iteration and update number of story points that they can do or number of hours they are available for. So this is a very manual approach, and you don't specifically know who is off. You just know the high level, okay, someone is not available. You're assigning those tasks on the team level. So if your team is like functional, they have maybe 5 developers and 1 QA, but you're assigning a task for maybe like 5 tasks for QA, it will look like it's fine, but unfortunately, in the end, your QA will be crying out loud because of too much work. So there are solutions for that. If you just type in capacity planning on Jira Marketplace, there are many of those, but I'll show you just our solution and how it can help solve those problems that are not solved in Jira itself and Jira plans. So basically, we always say that we are like a plus to Jira plans because Jira plans solves a little bit different problem from the start. It is specifically project planning solution, and it does very well in that terms. But we are adding a little bit of like advantages and insights in terms of capacity planning if you are planning for individual team members. Because in Jira plans, it may look like a very nice plan. As we can see in here, all dependencies are followed, all tasks are assigned, estimated, and so on. But if you look at reality, that may mean that someone is too busy, someone is too free, and that doesn't mean that only user is too busy. That also means that this user will not complete work on time. So the project may also be late. Short video on how we can fix it, having activity timeline. So this is where you can cross-project view. So all of the projects, all of the tasks are visible in here, and you can write the workload of the user. So under users, this is a workload indicator. So when it's red, it's bad. Green is good, and yellow is user is too free, let's say. So you can move things around, and as well, what is missing in Jira but is available in activity timeline, you can split one task between multiple users. So not only 2, as in my example, but you can split it between 5, or also split workload for the task for different days or months. Let's say I have a project working on it in September, but then not working for months, and then I'll continue working on it on November. So this helps with that. So just choose split, type another user, and choose number of hours. So as you can see, you can adjust dates, months of each of those. So once it's all green in here, means your job is done. The plan is there. The nice thing is but there is a bi-directional Jira and Jira plan. So whenever you make changes in one place, it appears in another. And whenever users update anything, maybe like add days off, vacations, and holidays, right away you will see as well it in here and how it influences your plan. So yeah, benefits of this integration is that you can plan nicely your project and basically see if that matches the capacity of your team. You can also see each of the team members that are assigned, what are skills, positions that they have, if the task that you have pending maybe to be assigned match actually their skills or positions, and the seamless synchronization. So as I mentioned, all of your projects boards will be brought to one place, so you can see everything that is out there, so nothing will be missed. If task is scheduled in any way, either to add it to a sprint or just have dates, it will be there. So some of the features in here, as I mentioned, workload indicator shows you who is busy, who is free, multiple assignees. So one task can be assigned to a lot of people. Time off management, holidays, vacations, and so on. Custom events and bookings for long-term planning. I'll show you more in a second. And effortless scheduling. So on the left, you see your backlog. You just take task, drop it to the person who is free. You can filter and group it also here, let's say by skill or position that you may need for this task. And this makes life of the person who is managing resources much easier. So it supports different use cases, and of course, different teams can work in different approaches. So let's say if you're talking about sprint planning, you can visualize your sprints in here, what is happening at the moment. If you click on the icon in here, you can also see everything that is inside of it. You can show tasks based on the sprint date. So again, if task is simply in the sprint, it doesn't make sense to schedule it like for, I don't know, Monday out of 2 weeks of the sprint. So it will be simply shown for the whole duration, and the workload also will be calculated accordingly. And again, backlogged, grouped by sprint. There is a team planning as well. So you can not only plan for individuals, but also for the team itself. This is already similar, I'd say, to what Jira Plans has. The use case that we see that how our customers are using it is that they are storing backlog on the team level. So they assign tasks on the team level. And then once they are sure who will be completing the task, they are simply moving it to the person. Or actually, there is another case where they store this backlog there. And then users go and see, okay, I can do this task, and they drop it to themselves. But those are more independent users. I'm not sure how it is within your organization. And then there's high-level planning. So this is where you don't have Jira tasks. Maybe you have project created, maybe not. But you want to allocate resources. So just high-levelly say, so other manager can see that, okay, I'll need Oliver for this project for those 3 months. So I just create those booking, reserve this user, and then whenever another manager wants to take this decider, he will see that he's already busy, or she. And so the short conclusion, the planning is essential to see what will be happening and to get insights into how to better plan in the future. But to actually drive success, you need also reporting. That gives you clear insights, so execution will not be a guess time game. So some of the reports that we have, not all, just a couple. High-level report on team capacity, where simply there is a line that shows where team capacity, maximum team capacity is for the week currently, or like months. And whenever this bar is over this line, that means that the team is over allocated in there. Or whenever there's a lot of gray, that means that you still have a lot of capacity there. You can group data differently. You want to see what projects they spend their time on, what issue types, issues. So you can also group it differently and see data like that. Then the kind of heat map that usually like managers love a lot, that helps quickly see who is over allocated, under allocated, or basically on vacation without seeing all those tasks and items that are assigned to users. That will be resource utilization forecast. So this shows you this high level view, and basically you can quickly generate this report, not just for a general team, but let's say skill or position based team, and see, okay, so who do I have as Java skill? Who do I have from developers available? So this can help us that. Or our tool also has time tracking features. Even if you are already tracking time with Jira, we still can read that data. So you can generate some planned versus actual reports. That can help you get insights on actually, okay, this is my plan, but actually, does it match with what my users are spending? So this chart that I added as an example, this is on the project level currently, but there are other types of planned versus actual reports that can show you for individual, this is what I planned, this is what they logged, or also for issues. So let's say, or epic. For this epic, I estimated 200 hours, users spent 500. We will see quickly whether it matches or not. And some real story. So we do conduct sometimes customer interviews, talk to customers, hear what brought them to us. And once I talked with Safon, he is vice president of operation at Cirrus Technologies. So their planning was quite simple. They were using Kanban, and they were complaining that they have low visibility of due date of work. So basically, they were working, looking at the board and seeing, okay, that's what's happening, but what will happen in 2 weeks? There was no way of knowing. So they switched and discovered different tools and chose activity timeline. So now they can pre-plan in advance. Why they chose activity timeline? Because it's user-friendly. To be honest, very easy to set up. It's cost-effective. So comparing to some of our competitors, we are much cheaper. There is advanced reporting, and also it does have both planning and time tracking. They are not doing time tracking at the moment, but they are considering. So it's nice already to have that feature and to have timesheet reports available if needed. So once they start using activity timeline, they are better prepared for the impact of moving resources at any time of the project timeline. And they have a process where the requester sends a request to person who is allocating resources, and they need to justify why they need that resource. And that definitely improved their visibility over who is available, who is busy, how to better allocate it, how to better split it between resources to make smarter decisions. So another quote, a goal without a plan is just a wish. So I'd say combining Jira plans and activity timeline can help you a lot to prevent those burnouts, as I mentioned at the beginning. So Jira helps you to structure your work. Jira plans aligns your strategy, and the activity timeline brings it all together in terms of resource planning and reporting. So yeah, plan smarter, track better, and turn strategy into execution, because success starts with right tools. So there are many of those, and just find your tools, and I'm sure it will be all good. So that is briefly it from me. Any questions? I'll look if there are any questions in the chat, or if none, feel free to ask. Okay.
Looks like we got a few.
I'm looking through the chat. I wish it was like a Zoom so I could right away see chat and present.
Right. If you'd like, I can read.
Oh, yeah, if you can.
John asks, is this splitting as in the normal Jira meaning where that is turning it into an independent issues for each person, or is that in the metadata?
Yeah, it's not doing it's not splitting tasks. In Jira, it's still the same task. It is possible to visualize that more than one person works on the task by adding multi-user picker field. So in Jira, still the same task, but under that field, you will see a second person or third, fourth, and so on. But in Activity Timeline, you can already manage the split, set different estimations, different dates, and so on. But yeah, it doesn't split the task actually in Jira. Okay.
All right, excellent. It looks like we got a couple others from John Lane. One is, does the integration need to be set up separately or is it automatic?
Integration in terms of, I think synchronization with Jira. So it is automatic, but if you are using other fields than start and due date, you would need to choose those. Because standard are start and due, but you can choose any, and then the synchronization is like instant. So whatever changes you make there, they happen in another tool. So no need to set separately.
All right, and John Lane's other question, does it do automatic scheduling of tasks using resource leveling? This way you never have anyone over capacity, the dates just move outward?
So yes and no. Basically, there is an automatic scheduling that is can be assigned based on the priorities of the tasks. But it does work when most of your tasks can be done like anytime. But if you have some set deadlines and strict deadlines, we suggest more manual approach. This way you can see, okay, who is available, who is too busy, and maybe even split this work between multiple people. Because eventually the system can do its work, but yeah, you're responsible as shared responsibility. You're responsible for the outcome. So. But there are, if you want John to talk more about how it can work in Activity Timeline, I'll also share in the next slide. Either this is a QR code to Marketplace, but you can also just type in Activity Timeline, and there is a LinkedIn QR code for my profile. You feel free to contact me, and we'll talk more about that. Okay, and Jira Work Management projects. Yes, that works for Jira Work Management. Works same, no issues, no problems. It basically works with all types of Jira. Yes, you can use custom data fields. As I mentioned, standard go start and due, but it's important that you can set your own fields for company managed projects. Unfortunately, for team managed projects, it only start and due. But if you're using company, no problem. Feel free to choose your own fields, and will work just well. Okay. So also there was 15% discount and the 30 minutes session with us included in the presentation for 3 most interesting questions. So I don't know, maybe John asked quite a few. John Lane, you can message me on LinkedIn, and I'll share with you promo codes if you're interested. Cindy, maybe, and Jonathan, feel free as well to message me and be happy either to talk through or share your promo codes. Okay, anyone else has any questions? Feel free to either send in chat or again, contact me on LinkedIn. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for that presentation.
I also wanted to say thank you for having me. Happy to join to the ACE across the world. Forgot to mention at the start, but I'm also a community leader in Ukraine. So I know how it is, and I'm happy to be in other communities and hoping to see maybe some of you in California this year, if someone is joining.
If there's no questions, we'll conclude the event now, and we'll get those gift cards out. And thank you for attending. Thank you for coming, everyone.
Thank you so much for hosting. Have a great day.
You too.
Yeah, thank you very much for having us. It was really nice. Thank you for the organization.
Bye.
Have a great day. Bye.